This is a 9-minute video. You guys are kidding.
Raneem and I had been battling against each other for many years now, many tough matches, battling on the number one spot. She was always one of my toughest opponents, and it was very hard to be prepared before playing her. But as well, she was one of my role models. I've been looking up to her since I was 10 years old, and it was a dream for me to share a court with her. She had a huge impact in our sport. She raised the bar very high. Everyone was trying to follow her steps. She had her own style, a very unique one. Of course, she was very nice and sweet to everyone. I was very lucky that I had the chance to travel with her since I was 14 years old. She was always behind me, supporting me. She was the first one to text me before and after any match. We shared many memories together, and it's really very hard to believe that she won't be around anymore. Definitely, squash won't be the same without her.
But I think the thing that I always admired the most about Raneem was her character, and by that I don't necessarily mean mental toughness, because I think there was always a vulnerability there that she tried to hide, but only served to make her more interesting and more likable as well. But I'm talking about the absolute unwavering integrity, so incredibly fair and respectful at all times, whether it was to her opponent or to the referee. And in all the times that I've watched her and commentated on, I don't really remember ever seeing her lose that. I think she's the player that all the other players not only try to emulate, but also really respect and look up to. And in terms of a role model, I don't think it gets much better than Raneem. And that's not something that she's really manufactured or even looked for, but that's just the way she is. The absolute lack of ego in somebody that's so incredibly good at what they do and right at the top of their game is quite incredible. Just the sheer class of the woman. I'm going to miss watching her. I'm going to miss
I'll kill you guys.
commentating on her and seeing her around at tournaments. But I wish her all the best for the future. She certainly deserves a break, although I'm not entirely sure that's what she's going to get from what I hear.
First of all, she was an absolute nightmare to play. I mean, personally, you could just see from the head-to-head record that, like, I did not do that well against her, and it just kind of goes to show how difficult of a player she is. I mean, every time she was in my side of the draw, I was like, oh God, because she'll just, you know, she just hits these shots out of nowhere and gets balls, like, from that she is like no one has any business getting, and every time you just want to like clap for her and be like, wow, like that's really good. And she just hits some ridiculous shots, and you have to just put your hands up and be like, wow. The best part about it is whenever you play Raneem, you know that it's just going to be about the squash. You don't have to worry about bad behavior, blocking, excessive swing, complaining, and she's just all around a class act. And that's the best part about her. I mean, like, her squash skills are phenomenal, but as a person, like, she's the best. Seriously, like, but, you know, the squash tour's definitely gonna miss her. And even though I've gotten one win in our entire, I think, 11 times we played, I'm gonna miss getting slaughtered by her. I truly will.
I mean, she's made a huge impact on squash, and you know the results that she's kind of achieved speak for itself. But also the way that she conducts herself on and off the court, you know, the sportsmanship awards that she's won year in, year out, the respect that she has from the players. It's just been kind of a really, really strong asset to squash. I mean, I think what, and it's maybe not the nicest one in terms of memory for her, but like her loss against Nicole David and the way she handled that with grace that day, where she was like, I think it was 5, 6, 7 match balls in Wadi Dekla in her home club, with the entire kind of crowd going ballistic and supporting and cheering her on, and just kind of looking at her after the match and kind of, you know, consoling her and hugging her, and you know, you could just see it meant so much. And then for her to kind of bounce back and then come back and win it kind of you know, in the future is just incredible. So that actually, although it's maybe a negative memory to a certain extent, really stood out for me, the way she handled it, and you know, how much kind of she's, I guess, effectively learned from it, and then in the next time kind of put into place to make sure that it didn't happen to her again. That kind of shows so much kind of grit and commitment that really struck me as very positive, although the circumstance at the time maybe wasn't.
Playing Raneem always felt like an honour. You knew it was going to be such a fair match, and you just wanted to get some good performance out of yourself, just so it was actually even remotely close. That didn't happen quite a few times, and she gave me quite a strong lesson, but she was always absolute professional, but also just such an amazing person. And you see that both in her matches, being her opponent, watching her matches, but also off court. Absolutely amazing person off court as well. Super friendly and caring, and also just, I think, really considerate of other people, which isn't always around. Raneem's had such a huge impact on the sport. Women's squash has just gone from strength to strength to strength over the past 5-10 years, and she's been a major part of that. I mean, to be the one to really challenge Nicole consistently and dethrone Nicole as world number one is really kind of, you know, it's a monumental achievement in itself, but actually you changed the game. It's so much more attacking now, and I think as her career's gone on as well, she's become more and more comfortable with the way she plays, and you can see that, and it's just a beautiful thing to watch her play.
It's certainly been a pleasure to be able to commentate on Raneem El Welily over the years, and she's done an incredible amount for the game. She's certainly left it in a better place than she found it. She played a huge part in this golden era of women's squash, the levels they're playing, the boundaries that are being pushed, and she's going to be sorely missed on the PSA World Tour. I think in terms of her as a player, there are a lot of similarities between herself and the maestro Arma Shabana, and that sort of led from the evolution of her being the enigma where you didn't know what to expect from Raneem El Welily, to myself and Joey Barrington actually referring to her as the maestra by the end of her career. Very true to character, as you'd expect from her. She caught everyone out by surprise with her announcement that she's retired. And I guess it's fitting that she's left the PSA World Tour at the top of the tree, retiring as a world number one.
Congratulations, Raneem, on a wonderful career. I just wanted to wish you all the very best in retirement. I'll always remember our matches fondly. They were hard, but a tough battle, and I'll always remember them for that. I just wanted to say that, you know, from the first moment that you burst onto the PSA World Tour, you did it with a grace and style and flair all of your own, and you brought a true authenticity to the way that you played the game. I just wanted to wish you all the very best for the future, to you and Tarek for your lives together, and I hope you really enjoy retirement.
Hey Raneem, I'm happy that I've had the chance to say this to you in person. You know, I only have admiration and total respect for you. Thanks for being the great competitor you were on tour, and I wish you all the best in your next chapter with Tarek. Welcome to the club. Take care, and we'll be seeing you soon. Mwah.
Okay, I've been fighting not to cry, and I think I'm succeeding here. I may have one tear in the corner of my eye, but yeah, I'm speechless really. Thank you so much to everyone who took part in this, and for all your kind words. It's such an honor to hear these words from such legends of the sport. Damn it, I'm going to cry now. Okay. Got it. I'm with you. Yeah, I think these people are the one thing I'm going to miss the most, for sure.
And lastly, obviously, congratulations to you and Tarek in regards to starting a family. How much are you looking forward to the future with him?
I'm definitely excited to see what is coming next for us. I have no idea what to expect. I'm actually still not completely aware of what is happening at the moment. It's a lot to take in, but I hope when the time comes, I'll be ready. I try not to think a lot about it as usual.